Right, just going to do a quick walk around. Some of you may remember when I picked this up. This is the car that the Terraplane engine was wedged in. Obviously, we put that engine in there to bring it home. Originally, I was thinking it was savable. It probably would be for some diehard, but it's nothing special, so I'll just start in the boot. So looking at the boot floor, first thing you see that it's pretty minty. But when you get over to this passenger side rear quarter, I was staring at it the other day. It's had a new quarter put on it. Pretty poorly, I must add. Same here as well. I didn't even notice that when I picked it up. I was just too excited. But anyway. So I reckon it's had that quarter put in there, and it's got some pretty sloppy work along here as well. So I've got a funny feeling it's had a boot floor put in it. I've never seen the seam sealer that wide. There's something going on there as well. So yes, I'm about to butcher this car. Not in the way that you think. It's still going to be in one piece. I spent a few hours the other day getting the windows to wind up and down. Still haven't got this door open. The other three doors work. There's daylight through there. That's one of the big issues I'm about to show you. Bottom of the seals there. This one's not as bad. Not as bad as the driver's side. Not so good. Not good at all, but plan on making a patch for the inside first. Pull that strip off both sides. Make a patch for there. Patch for here. Obviously proceed to pull this driver's door off and the front guard. I'll cut this A-pillar off just below where the bottom hinge is, pure and simply to give me room. And then I'll, on my little metal folding brake I have, I can only bend 600 sections at a time. So I'll bend a new seal section, weld that in, probably do one more back to the B pillar, and then basically copy this form here. Is very similar to how the front works there. So engine, I had the plans to put a Toyota 1UZ into an AP6. Well, that AP6 is still complete. This one is, yeah, sad. So I'm gonna do some measurements and see if it will fit, because 1UZs are pretty wide. I'm gonna have to do a rack and pinion conversion. Obviously it's gonna be homemade and not engineered for the road, because yeah, this ain't going on the road no more. So other than the rust in the front of the seals, I'll probably do maybe some patchwork down here, both sides. Plenum is in a really good nick actually. Don't know what's happening with the bonnet hinges. They've probably rotted off. Can't really tell. So I did have another idea with the 1UZ. I've got to do a lot of measurements. Pull this cross member out, that's front suspension, and see if the Toyota Lexus 400 front end will sit up underneath. That way there it's got its engine mounts, the racks on there, lower control arms, it'll be all as one, as engineered, so might save some time, might not. Otherwise, if I just put the engine in, there's a fair chance I'm gonna have to cut this here straight through both sides, remove this section, possibly the steering. Well, it might work, I don't know, but anyways, if I did have to cut this out, I'd build some sort of halo loop that goes around the engine to support both sides. I've got someone chasing me a window rubber. There's no point putting a brand new window rubber in here. If I can get a second hand one that's usable, that'll be fine. If it's not good enough for your street car, but good enough for a junker, well, that's exactly what I want. Now, I don't really have a reason to do what I want to do. I just think it'll be different. Hopefully it does good burnouts. Obviously I've got to build a diff for it as well. But I can't see me doing burnout competitions in it, but it'd be good just to take it places and run amok, you know. I don't know if anyone's heard a 1UZ before on the limiter, but they seem to like it. Apparently they're not very powerful. I think they've only got, at a guess, something like 200 or 180 horsepower. It'll have to be more than that. It'll have to be 200. We'll just wrap it up there. I just thought I'd do a bit of a gap fill video. What was I thinking? Last video, there's a few complaints on the music, and it is what it is. I'm actually videoing. You can see that shadow there in the corner. That's because my phone's completely smashed. It's about 5 or 6 years old. I've got a desktop set up in there, and I don't know how to use it. I'm computer illiterate, so I do. I've said it before. I do all the filming, editing on my phone, which is ancient, and also add the music, which is there's not a lot of. So that someone complained about the music being pretty piss poor, but you got to put music on your photos, otherwise there's no sound. So you wouldn't have learnt much from this video. So here's what it is. Take it easy and look after your mates.